YouTube, Losing Louie here. I watched a video the other day by SiLVer, who was going through all of his storage procedures for his various precious metals. And I was so impressed with that I decided to pull out start pulling together some of my stack. And I got very quickly overwhelmed and gave up. But while I was doing that, and congrats, Hi-Ho, for being a really thoughtful stacker, the way that you put your stack together. But while I was doing that, I came across these little books. These I put together a year and a half ago when I was new to YouTube and I just started collecting silver in earnest. And I thought, it's funny, the acts of a random StACkeR, which I guess I was back then. Mind you, I'd been collecting gold and Morgans most of my life. But in terms of silver, other than 90% silver and Morgans, I was not really a heavy silver stacker. And going back about a year and a half ago, it's really funny to see what was going through my head back then. I know a couple things now, but back then, man, I was just so clueless. I went back and looked at my first video where I paid too much for a Proof Libertad. And my first comment, which I made to Mr. Vegeta, where I announced that I really didn't think the lunar goat would do very well because it was so ugly. And that was the level of my stacking. And here is the level of my collecting back then. I was into silver rounds. So what do we have here? This is a Canada 1 ounce hawk, I believe. Red tail hawk? I can't recall. There's a Morgan round, 2014, purely generic. Okay, I don't buy hardly anything from Canada anymore because it typically spots up. Here's something I picked up at the coin shop just because I thought it was cool, a 2012 Lakota. Cool was my only measure of whether I should buy the silver or not. Here's a Liberty Norfed, which I do collect quite a bit now. But here's one that was totally ugly and scratched up. Shouldn't have paid more than spot for that. There's another Morgan. Here's a cool Indian head silver round, 2014. Another Lakota. Oh, my Ozombi. Okay, this is like what I was buying. Okay, I kid you not. I'll go through these really quickly. And there is U.S. Army. Here I got an African wildlife, so even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. That's probably a 2014. Another Ozombi. Here is a Britannia, so I got lucky with that one, and that one seems to be a pretty good quality. It might even be a 2013. I'm not going to linger on these coins. There's another generic round. Oh, here we go. So we got a Panda. All right, that's probably a 14 or a 13. I got a Kookaburra. Here's a 2001. I think I remember buying this at the coin shop with no justification whatsoever. Just thought it looked nice. Probably same thing for the Panda. This is some old silver that I got from my dad, the USS Constitution. This is 1974. Okay, I think I have 5 of these. Going to my other album here. And so the most important thing to me at the time, besides, trying to prove how smart I was that I put these all in coin capsules and they fit in a book. That was my criteria. These I decided to do with the direct fit airtights. And this other book here, I decided to do with the black rim. These, right? And I thought for sure this is, and I got 2 different size books because the coins are different sizes, whether you put the black, whether you put the black ring around them or not. The direct fit versus the black ring or white ring around the thing. You can only get 4 in a book if you put the ring around it, and you can get 5 if you do not. I've quickly come to realize that the ring around the coin is a complete waste of time and effort. Here are some Morgans I bought. These were just generic, scrap Morgans. There's a Mercury round. More Britannias. It looks like I really liked the Britannias back then. And those turned out to be a pretty good buy. These are not spotty. What else do we have here? Here's another round. Anything else of interest? Okay, well that's what's in my book for a little time capsule. And that was my criteria. Was it cool? And did it fit in a book? And, just go ahead and buy it. Silver was more expensive back then. It was probably over $20. And, I just was buying blindly. I had also bought quite a few of the Red-tailed Eagles. And those turned out really well. But, that was also a wild purchase back then. Just not knowing exactly what to buy purchases. So anyway, I thought you'd get a kick out of this walk down memory lane. There's all my cool stuff. And some of it worked out, some of it didn't. But still mine. Haven't sold it.